Hello YouTube, this is DrawingKid1313 and welcome to my mod spotlight for Mystic Veins. This is a pretty cool mod and it is made by none other than TheBeute. That's how I'm going to say his name. But yeah, it was made by TheBeute. The link to this mod will be in the description of this video, so you should definitely go ahead over and check out his mod and definitely support the mod author because it's pretty cool and deserves a lot more recognition than it currently has. This mod is a work in progress. There's still a lot to be done with the mod, but nonetheless it's still something that's pretty fun to play around with and see how the mod progresses throughout time, to see all the neat things that have been added and whatnot. So as with any of my other mod showcases, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to install the mod. Now, if you already know how to install mods, then go ahead and just skip ahead to the time that's posted right below the link of this video. And then that's where I'll get into what all the mod does. But anyway, in order to install this mod, you need one thing. That is mod loader. Of course, you need the mod loader that is updated for Minecraft 1.2.4, which I have a fresh install right here in my .minecraft folder. The way you find your .minecraft folder is by going into the start menu, typing %appdata %, not money sign %. And that brings you to your roaming folder, in which you can click on the .minecraft folder. Now, if you want to make a shortcut like I have right here, then you right click and drag, and you could just do create shortcuts here. So anyway, when you're in your .minecraft folder, you click on bin, you right click on your minecraft.jar, and for this you're going to need either WinRAR or 7-zip, just some type of archiving program. I use WinRAR. When you open it up, you get this little thing right here. Basically this is all the files that are composed in your minecraft.jar. Pretty complicated, right? So first things first, you're going to delete meta-inf. Make sure you do this or else you will get a black screen. Next thing, you're going to go to where you have mod loader downloaded. And as you can see, I have like a whole bunch of folders right there. I like folders. And you're going to double click on your mod loader zip. And you're going to highlight everything inside it, and you're going to click and drag. And then you're going to type or click OK. Then you're going to exit out of all this because you don't really need it right now. Now you're going to go into your Minecraft, you're going to open it up, going to log in, and let it load and do its thing. And if you get this screen, congratulations, you can now install mod loader. So you're just going to exit out of that, you don't really need it anymore. Next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go back into your .minecraft folder, and then you're going to go into where you have Mystic Veins installed. What you're going to do is you're going to extract the files to wherever you want, and you'll get this folder. And you'll also have an instructions.txt. That just pretty much tells you what I'm telling you right now. So let's just go ahead and delete this, and I'll show you everything that you need to know. So anyway, you're going to go in your Mystic Veins, you're going to extract to its own folder. Then in this folder, you're going to have another Mystic Veins folder. Make sure that you don't just click and drag this whole thing. You want to just get this one, which has all the important stuff inside it. And then there's the installation.txt. But anyway, you're going to click and drag into your mods folder. And I'm just going to copy here. That way I always have a clean install. So that's it for the installation of this mod when we start up Minecraft. Just to show you that it works, I'm going to log in, and it's going to load, and there you go. So that's how you install it. Now let's get to the contents of the mod and all the cool stuff that comes with it. Alright, so now I'm in a little world that I've experimented with. Of course I'm in creative mode, so it gave me a whole bunch of junk that I don't need. Let's go ahead and look at some of the contents of this mod and all the things that this mod adds. First off, if I look behind me, you'll see that there's some netherrack over in the distance. Let's go ahead and fly over to here. Let's also turn the rain off. As you can see, I have single player commands installed. So you'll notice quite a few things about this place. First off, you have these villagers. Where I think these are called like red villagers or something. But anyway, they look similar to what Steve looks like, and yeah, yeah, so just chilling out with the villagers. No big deal. So these villagers, they don't really do much, but if you kill a few, oops, let's try getting just a regular diamond sword, instead of one that has a knockback of level 20. Let's go ahead and kill a few, shall we? Bam, 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 bam. As you can see, it dropped an iron ingot. These guys will drop, let's see, I've had some drop 2, and I've had one drop 3. And then they also drop 0 sometimes. So pretty good way of dropping or collecting iron if you really need to. Another thing is you'll see that this is all made of netherrack. Let me go ahead and change the game mode to survival, and that way I can mine some of this stuff. So you can see that it's all netherrack right there, or nether brick that is, and then there's some mossy cobblestone underneath of it. So just kind of another biome that spawns randomly, and then these villagers also spawn randomly. So let's go ahead and look at some of the items that you can craft in this mod. Just go ahead and get rid of this. So this mod adds a whole bunch of different swords. I'm going to show you how to create these swords. So for the first sword that we're going to create is we're going to craft, actually no, we're not going to craft the sword. We have to craft something else first. The way that he explains it in the thread right here is you have to, or actually the swords are magically spawned from the gods with an orb that you have to craft yourself. These orbs are very expensive, as you can see from some of the items that I have laying around in here. Like I have some ender pearls, some diamonds, some blocks of diamond, blocks of iron, golden apples, and all that fun stuff. So the first rock that we're going to create right here is charisma. The way that you craft a charisma rock is you get ender pearl, then you get an eye of ender, and then you need 2 diamonds. And then we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a crafting table, and we're going to place it down right there. Now in our crafting table, what you have to do is you have to have 2 diamonds like so, eye of ender, and ender pearl, and that gives you the charisma stone of power. These recipes are not shapeless. You must have them in this order, which is an ender pearl, eye of ender, diamond, and diamond. That gets you the charisma stone of power. Let's craft up the next stone, the Zulfiger stone. So this requires a block of diamond, flint and steel, and an iron block. So pretty expensive recipe, which is good because these items are very, very powerful. So anyway, if you place your block of diamond, block of iron, and flint and steel in this manner, with your flint and steel in the middle between the block of iron and block of diamond, you get the Zulfiger Stone of Power. Pretty cool. The next stone that we have is the Vampire Stone. This requires a golden apple, requires 2 diamonds, somewhere, and raw beef. Now the way that you place this into a crafting table is with your golden apple, 2 diamonds like so, and raw beef right there, which I believe I may have done it wrong. Right like that, there you go, golden apple, raw beef, diamond, and diamond. That is the pattern that you must place it in. This gets you the Vampire Stone of Power. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and craft up some iron swords, shall we? So we got some iron swords, and I'm just going to give my self another piece of iron so that we can make another sword. The way these stones work is when you have a stone in your hand, and then you also have a iron sword. Let's just go ahead and get rid of my diamond and diamond pickaxe. So the way these work, these stones, is when you have a stone in your hand and you also have a iron sword in your hotbar right here, and you right click, as you can see you get a neat little flashing effect, and this has been turned into the Charisma Legendary Sword. Pretty cool. The same goes with the Vampire Stone, and that gets you the Vampire Legendary Sword, and then the Zulfiger Sword. That gets you the Zulfiger Legendary Sword. Let's go ahead and check out some of the functions that these serve. Alright, so the sword that I have here is the Charisma Legendary Sword. And I think personally this would be ranked number 1 on my favorite swords list. Because first off, if you have it in your hand and you right click, you teleport to where you're looking at. And as you can see, the sword is recharging, which is a really cool feature of this and makes it not as overpowered as some people would think so. So, you know, teleporting does require a little bit of energy from the sword, but you eventually regain it. Another thing that this sword does is when you walk up to a mob or whatever, and you just hit it, it sets it on fire. Pretty cool. It's also pretty powerful if you just want to kill things with it. And as you can see, I'm getting some iron ingots. So let's take a look at the next sword. Before we look at the next sword, I forgot one thing. If you look up in the air, just randomly up in the air, and you right click, you'll see all those little particle effects, and then whoosh, it teleports you to a random place. So yeah, I've never been here before, but let's go home. No. Go to what? There we go. Alright, so now we're back here. Let's take a look at another sword. The other sword that we have is the Vampire Legendary Sword. This is pretty cool as well. This sword will heal you, and it also poisons the other mob. So let's see if I can get some damage here. Oh, hold on, I have damage turned off. So if I get some damage here real quick. There we go. And I go up and poison another thing. What it should be doing is healing me. So as you can see, every time I hit another thing, it heals me. So it's kind of like it's taking the life from the other player, and it heals you with the life that it's lost. And it poisons it, which makes it easier to kill. Pretty cool. I like this sword as well. To be honest, I like all the swords, but you know, can't have them all. I guess I have to pick one. So this sword is probably my, I'd say it's my second favorite sword, because first off, if we turn off the rain, and we go ahead over here, and we just hit a person, it has lightning that comes down from the heavens. Pretty cool, right? I like it. The only thing is you have to be right next to the person in order for the lightning to go. And it also hurts you. So, I don't know, maybe they'll fix that in a future version. But yeah, having the power of lightning. And again, it is using a little bit of power from the sword. So yeah, pretty cool. Good for taking out a whole bunch of mobs at once. So, those are the 3 main swords, but there's one other sword that you can craft. In order to craft this sword, you need a few things. Let's go ahead and look at some of the things that you need. Alright, so I'm just browsing my world for a little bit, and while browsing your world with this mod, you'll find these little things. These are known as huts. And as you can see, there's a monster spawner in here for these other mobs that this mod adds. So let's go ahead and make it nighttime, and hopefully we'll get one of these mobs that spawn. We should see one anytime soon. Let's go ahead, and there we go. We have a mob that spawns. As you can see, he is hostile. He makes no noise. He just floats around and chases you. He also has no AI, but this should be added in future versions. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool, and I think it just looks really, I don't know, looks really creepy, to be honest. Yeah, I'm getting lit on fire, and I'm not even sure if this thing drops anything. Let me go ahead and heal myself. And so another thing that you do with these huts that you find is if you oh crap, I lit the house on fire. Oh well. But in the chests, you'll find these demon pieces. there are 4 demon pieces in total that you have to go around your world and find. Um, to be honest, I spent probably a good hour trying to find all the demon pieces, and that's with flying around like this. So these are very difficult to find, and you're not going to find it just kind of roaming around. You actually have to be trying to look for it. So yeah, once you have these 4 demon pieces, and I'm just going to go ahead and get them real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see here, I have my 4 demon pieces, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I have some sticks. The way that you craft this sword up is if you use a stick right there in the middle, use demon piece 1 right there, demon piece 2 right there, demon piece 3 above the stick, and demon piece 4 at the top. And this gets you the Ancient Demon Sword. And you will also get an achievement that says year 10,000 BC in hand. But I already made this once, so it doesn't really do anything. So with this sword, it does not do anything special at this point. However, the mod author has a lot of plans in the future for this. So right now, the demon sword really doesn't do anything except make you look like a total badass. So it's just really a cool sword at this point. But like I said, the mod author is still working on this mod, and that's one of the things that he is going to add. So pretty cool. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this mod. Like I said, it is still a work in progress. There's a lot of stuff that is going to be added. So some of the things that are going to be added will be, 1, better textures, even though I think the sword textures are just about perfect, so he definitely shouldn't change any of those. Now actually, I did forget one thing. This thing, the Master Staff, and I have no idea how you craft it, to be honest. But anyways, if you right click and you hold, it shoots arrows. And the length of time that you right click depends on the strength of the arrow. So that's pretty cool. And I believe in future versions this will have a special ability, but for now it just shoots arrows, which is still pretty cool. So you get an infinite supply of arrows, but it does have a damage bar right there, but it lasts quite a bit. So again, back to what he's going to add in the future is some kind of clue system to find the demon pieces, kind of like a Eye of Ender works with finding strongholds. He is also going to add a custom rock, which is called Red Rock, and this adds it to this biome right here, so it'll be that instead of Netherrack. It'll also add buildings to this biome right here, and it'll also add more mobs. And this is thing that he plans to do, but is not entirely sure what update he's going to get to that at. Another thing that he's going to do is add better AI for these villagers, and possibly on the demons that they have. I believe they're called Demented. So yeah, and he's also working on Dimension, like some other type of dimension, kind of like the Nether or the End or something like that. So like I said, a lot of stuff to be done with this mod. There's definitely a lot to do, and it is very cool right now. So you should definitely go ahead, check it out, download it, and support the mod author by downloading it and trying it out, you know? So anyway, this has been DrawingKid1313 on my Mystic Veins mod Spotlight, and I will see you later.